Good morning. This is the speaking test for the International English Language Testing System. My name is Alex Foster, and I am your examiner for today. The candidate is Zara Khan, and the candidate number is 934812. This test is being recorded. Could you please state your full name for the record?
Yes, of course. My full name is Zara Anjum Khan.
Thank you, Zara. May I please see your identification?
Certainly. Here's my passport.
Thank you. That's fine. Now, in this first part of the test, I'm going to ask you some general questions about yourself and a few other topics. Let's start with what you do. Do you work or are you a student?
I am currently a full-time student. I'm in my final year of a Bachelor of Business Administration degree with a major in marketing at North South University in Dhaka.
And why did you choose this particular course?
I've always been fascinated by the psychology behind why people make certain purchasing decisions. Marketing for me is the perfect blend of creativity and data-driven strategy. It's not just about selling a product, it's about understanding human behavior, building a brand story, and creating genuine connections with an audience. I felt this field would allow me to be both analytical and innovative.
Okay, let's talk about concentration. Is it easy for you to concentrate?
I would say it varies. If I'm working on a task that I find genuinely engaging and challenging, like developing a creative campaign or analyzing an interesting case study, I can get into a state of deep focus quite easily. However, like most people, I'm susceptible to distractions, especially from my smartphone. So for more mundane or difficult tasks, I have to be very intentional about creating a distraction-free environment to maintain my concentration.
What do you do to help you concentrate?
I have a few strategies that I've found to be effective. Firstly, I use the Pomodoro technique, where I work in focused 25-minute intervals with short breaks in between. This prevents burnout. Secondly, I put my phone on silent and place it in another room. Out of sight, out of mind, as they say. I also find that listening to ambient or instrumental music without lyrics helps to block out other noises without being a distraction itself. And finally, ensuring I'm well rested and hydrated makes a significant difference.
What might distract you when you are trying to stay focused?
The primary culprit is undoubtedly digital notifications, emails, social media alerts, and text messages. They are designed to grab your attention, and they do it very well. Another major distraction can be a noisy environment, like people having a loud conversation nearby. Lastly, sometimes my own thoughts can be a distraction. If I'm worried about something or thinking about a different task, my mind tends to wander.
Now, I'd like to talk about public parks or gardens. Do you often go to a park or a public garden?
Yes, I do. Although perhaps not as often as I'd like, I try to go at least a couple of times a month. There's a lovely park near my home called Ramna Park, and I find it's a perfect escape from the concrete jungle of the city. A walk there, especially in the early morning or late afternoon, is incredibly refreshing.
Do you think there are enough public parks in your hometown?
In Dhaka, absolutely not. For a megacity with such a dense population, public green spaces are severely lacking. The parks that do exist are often overcrowded, especially on weekends and holidays. I strongly believe that the city authorities should prioritize the development and maintenance of more parks and green areas, as they are essential for the physical and mental well-being of the citizens.
And what do you think are the benefits of having parks in a city?
The benefits are immense. On an environmental level, they act as the city's lungs, improving air quality and reducing the urban heat island effect. On a social level, they provide a space for community interaction where people of all ages can gather, play, and relax. For individuals, they offer a place for physical exercise, like jogging or walking, and are crucial for mental health, offering a tranquil space to de-stress and connect with nature. They are, in essence, vital for a livable and healthy city.
Thank you. That is the end of part 1. Now, I will give you a topic, and I would like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you will have 1 minute to prepare and make some notes. Here is your topic. I'd like you to describe a person you know who is good at their job. You have 1 minute to prepare. All right, you can start speaking now, please.
Certainly. The person I'd like to talk about who was exceptionally good at her job is my aunt, Dr. Farida Yasmin. She's a pediatrician, which means she's a doctor who specializes in the medical care of infants, children, and adolescents. I've known her, of course, my entire life, but I've come to understand the depth of her professional skill more as I've grown older. I visited her at her clinic a few times and have also heard countless stories from my relatives and even from strangers who have been her patients. What really makes her stand out, though, is a unique combination of 3 qualities. Firstly, her medical knowledge is vast and always up to date. She's a lifelong learner and constantly reads medical journals and attends seminars to stay abreast of the latest developments in pediatrics. This dedication ensures that her patients receive the most current and effective treatments. Secondly, she has an incredible demeanor with children. It's one thing to know the medicine, but it's another to be able to treat a scared, crying child. She has this wonderfully calm and gentle way of speaking that puts them at ease. She uses toys, tells little jokes, and treats them with such patience and respect. The children trust her, which makes the entire process of examination and treatment so much smoother for both the kids and their anxious parents. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, she's an extremely compassionate and empathetic advocate for her patients. She doesn't just treat the illness, she treats the whole child. She takes the time to listen to the parents' concerns, explaining complex medical issues in simple, understandable terms. She provides reassurance and support that goes beyond a simple prescription. I once witnessed her stay late after her clinic had closed to personally call a lab and follow up on an urgent test result for a very sick child. That level of dedication and care is why I believe she is not just a good doctor, but a truly remarkable one. Her passion for her work is palpable, and it's clear that for her, it's not just a job, but a vocation.
Thank you. Can I have the cue card and your notes back, please? Now, we've been talking about a person who is good at their job, and I'd like to ask you a few more general questions related to this. Let's talk about skills and qualities for work. In your opinion, what are the most important qualities that make a person good at their job in general?
I believe there are several key qualities that are universally applicable. One of the most important is diligence, or a strong work ethic. A person needs to be committed and willing to put in the necessary effort. Another crucial quality is integrity. Being honest and having strong moral principles is fundamental for building trust with colleagues and clients. Adaptability is also becoming increasingly vital in our fast-changing world. The ability to learn new skills and adjust to new situations is what separates a good employee from a great one. So technical skills might get you the job, but soft skills will help you excel at it and become a leader.
How can people best develop their professional skills throughout their careers?
I think continuous learning is the key. This can take many forms. Formal education, like pursuing a master's degree or professional certifications, is one way. Companies can also play a huge role by providing regular training workshops and seminars. On a more individual level, seeking out mentorship from experienced colleagues is incredibly valuable. A good mentor can provide guidance and insights that you can't get from a textbook. Furthermore, simply being proactive and taking on new, challenging projects that push you out of your comfort zone is a fantastic way to learn by doing. And of course, in today's digital age, online platforms like Coursera or LinkedIn Learning offer a vast ocean of courses to upskill in almost any area imaginable.
Let's move on to talk about job satisfaction. What factors do you think contribute most to a person's satisfaction with their job?
While a competitive salary is obviously a significant factor, I don't think it's the most important one for long-term satisfaction. I believe a sense of purpose